Another alarming new trend about to sweep America, the buy and bail. Hey everybody, Scott Walters, welcome to the channel. If you're new, I want to thank you for coming. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. Before we get into today's red hot topic, I'm going to politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please watch to the end for my final thought. Hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos are released. It's very important to stay close to the channel in these very tricky times. All right, folks, welcome to the channel. Always an honor and a privilege to be with you. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up and strap in. I got a hard-hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows and sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to talk about today, friends. The buy and bail is about to sweep America. This is insanity. We're no longer talking about if this was a housing bubble or not. We're way past that. Insanity. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result is in fact the definition of insanity. And anytime the housing market is displayed bubble behavior, they've always crashed. So when people try to tell me this time is different, Scott, I had to politely disagree, and I know many of you did as well. So today we're going to get forward thinking, critical thinking, ahead of the curve, centered and surrounded with like-minded people as iron sharpens iron, my friends. Listen, if we can halfway predict what's about to unfold, we'll be less blindsided by it as it plays out, and that's what we're going to continue to do as I raise awareness, ring the bell, and sound the alarm and let people know the biggest housing bubble is probably going to have the biggest blowback. Insane. Insanity. Even for me, who's reported on this, an industry guy who benefits from this stuff, from this euphoria, I knew there was no way, and I know many of you didn't as well. And I know many people that wanted to believe it was self-preservation. They just bought in this bubble. I know that. How do you know? How do I know that, you ask? Well, it's this. I'll just tell you. See, I laugh at myself with this stuff, wrap my head around what I got to report on. I did the same thing in the last housing bubble. I bought into the narrative and then I defended my purchase. It's normal. We don't fault people for that. Of course not. We're going to help some people, and that's what we're going to package right now today, friends. In the last housing bubble, another alarming trend that happened. It's going to happen again, and we're going to dissect a little bit and explain how this is going to happen. It was called the buy and bail. It's basically buy the bottom, like what we're about to see, and then walk away from the house you bought at the top. And this is how that looks. Let's say you bought into one of those FOMO neighborhoods, those brand new developments. You bought at the height of the biggest bubble ever produced, or any bubble for that matter, but in this instance, we'll use this bubble, the biggest bubble. Let's say you bought it for $500,000 in a brand new home in one of these FOMO factory, brand new housing tract developments. Now that builder is selling the same home for, let's just say, $300,000. I could go find that. I could go find it. I know I've probably reported it on past videos. If you're new, please subscribe right away and go watch past videos. There's gold in there. We've identified a lot of those houses in those FOMO factories that are already liquidating houses. So how does that make you feel? If you bought at $500,000 and you're seeing new buyers come in and buy the same exact house for $300,000, your house is now worth $300,000 because the builder did a rug pull. Well, they got rug pulled, so now they're rug pulling you by selling their existing inventory that they have to get rid of because it's a race against the clock. Otherwise, they're all facing bankruptcy at the moment anyway. Those whole developments are about to collapse. Insanity. So now what happens is this is what happened in the last bubble. Same exact thing that's happening right now. People bought at the top, saw people come in, and they saw houses start to be sold for a fraction of what they paid for theirs. So what do? Well, they get the wife, uncle, cousin, brother, friend. Hey, listen, I have the money. Let's buy one of these houses. Then you title it back to me, and I'm going to walk away from this one. I'm just going to, I mean, when we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars, and plus when you see that you can now reduce your exposure and you put minimum amounts down on the $500,000, easy to walk away from that thing, save a ton of, people are facing that. This is unfolding right now. It happened in the last bubble. It's going to happen again. And here's the blowback on that. Guess who gets stuck holding that house? The banks. The banks right now are in massive trouble. We saw this in the last bubble. Big mortgage companies like Countrywide belly up. We're seeing all mortgage lending companies with applications hitting never seen before lows for new loans. People aren't buying. People are going to walk away from homes, buy and bail, leave the keys under the mat, let it foreclose. People are going to walk away from homes in droves. Listen, I didn't create this mess. I'm reporting on it though, because I want you guys to be less blindsided as this plays out. Forward thinking, critical thinking. These are the things that happen in a real estate bubble. Not to mention, this one was generational. We haven't seen anything like it in a century. It's going to have the biggest economic blowback, I believe, ever. So right now, I think the most important thing we can do is acknowledge the elephant in the room. Understand some of the things that play out in a real estate bubble. We're going to identify a lot of that because, like I said, knowing the issue is half the battle indeed. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as an industry guy, somebody wants to see not only win in real estate, win in life. Anytime the housing market has exhibited bubble behavior, they've always crashed. This time will be no different. It's now identifying which areas are going to crash first and the hardest. I believe in this bubble, the biggest bubble. No one is completely safe. I know a lot of people want to hang their hat on these areas are still performing quite well. They never overheated. You're probably right. They might not get hit as hard. But in this downturn, I believe everybody is at risk. Some are just at bigger risk. You're going to see a lot of people in those areas, those big housing tracts, in those hot spots, start to potentially do buy and bail. They're going to try to buy a house for half of what they paid and then walk away from the one they bought at the top of the market. It's going to ruin their credit. It's not a good thing to do. I certainly don't endorse that at any level. I believe the smartest thing you can do if you're starting to run on fumes and you can't tolerate your payment anymore, get it on the market, take it to the bank as a short sale. You'll need a top realtor to execute that, but that's pretty much what we need to do in this one. Understanding what's coming and around the corner is going to help us operate way more efficiently within it. I'm going to continue to do my best to help each and every one of you because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media links are in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you're interested in buying or selling real estate, here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Also, take a look at the WEBULL or free stocks, and right now the stock market is bottoming out. You can grab some pretty good deals when the stock market, if and when it rebounds, you can make a lot of money. Take a look at that one. I think you're going to like it. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, I know you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I will see you on the next video.